Good morning, believers and God seekers. It's DTC, Daryl, the Creator. Just to remind you to remember that God don't make mistakes. We make mistakes, and one of the biggest mistakes we make is following man and believing whatever man says. We got in such a way that we always chasing something somebody else said or wanting something, and it's not really what we want, but we think that's the way it should be, or the protocol, or to follow just because, if deep down your heart's not into certain things, but it's just been passed on and become a tradition for us to follow. So think about things before you go after them. What's the bottom line? Just like, I speak on that number one spot. There's only one number one spot. We got to get in where we fit in. If you're number 8 or 10, when you get to number 8 or 10, that's your so-called number one spot. That's where you're supposed to be. Everybody can't fight for one position, and that one position wasn't meant for you. So, seek God and let's get in where we fit in. That's just what's on my mind today. God gave me that, let us be all we was created to be. We can't be what somebody else was created to be, and we can't have something that was created for somebody else or with somebody else's name on it. It just won't fit. It's just like you love this pair of shoes, but if it wasn't made for you, your foot ain't going to go in it, no matter how you try to force it in there. So let's seek God and be all that we was created to be. Love, out.